Hello, welcome to this impromptu and very brief journal entry. This is more like a quick Dear Diary. I wanted to let you know about a totally free class that I am doing on Monday, May 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. It is called Design and Decide. It's how to make quicker decisions by journaling through your human design. You can register at the link below. I learned about human design maybe about a year ago and have been obsessed since then. I am not a human design expert, and I can definitely guide you in that realm, in that direction. However, I have learned so much about myself, not just about learning my human design and the different areas and, the key components of it, but journaling through it. And I'm going to share two examples of my life with you. And the first one is a little bit vulnerable. The first is just how I've always felt like a very slow person. Like, I just feel like I'm slow to process things. Like in friend groups, I'm always like the last one to get the joke. Or I just have vivid memories of when I was at my corporate job, sitting at like our, conference tables at meetings, all talking about the goal or, the project. And I just wouldn't speak up because I felt like I needed more time to understand what each individual person was saying and what their idea was before I could speak up and share my answer or idea. And just so many examples where I felt like I just needed more time and I just didn't get it right away. And then I learned that I am a human design type of projector. And projectors, one of their traits is that we take in what everybody else is throwing out there. And it's normal to kind of like slow down and reflect and to, have this bird's eye view of what's going on and not jump in right away. When I learned that, and then I journaled about when are times where I felt this way. That is one of the times that popped up, or those were two times that popped up. And it just felt like a warm hug. I stopped judging myself for that trait of mine. Like I've always viewed that as like a negative thing about myself until I learned this. And I just feel way more compassionate for myself and like it's not a bad thing. And I can, I don't have to fix that. I can keep acting that way because it's who I am. Another example from my life is when I wanted to quit soccer. This was a huge deal for me because I played soccer my whole life. I think I probably started when I was 5 years old, and I played all the way up through my freshman year of college. It was after my freshman year of college that I just felt like I was falling out of love with it. And I felt like I didn't want to play anymore. And I just hemmed and hawed for 6 months before I came to a decision. For the first of 3 months of those, I was just kind of planting the seed and the bug in people's ear of like, I don't know if I'm going to do soccer next year, just casually. And then the 3 months before like preseason was about to start, I really was like, okay, I got to make this decision. And I remember my mom eventually was like, Sam, just make the decision. And she gave me a deadline, a date to make the decision by because I just couldn't make up my mind. And you guys, the weight that I felt every single day of those 6 months of this decision and just like not knowing and the what ifs and how am I going to tell my team and is this the right decision? Should I play another year? It just felt so heavy every single day. Years later, right? That was a long time ago, but I learned my human design authority, which is how you make decisions. And mine is the one where you get this like ping, like a gut instinct, and you really have to listen to that because immediately following it, it's flooded by fears and concerns and doubts and other ideas. And so you have to get really good at tuning in and turning into yourself to hear that. So piecing the two together in my journal entries, I was able to go back to the 6 months of the Sam that woke up every day feeling so heavy and like just feeling like I was going to disappoint myself and disappoint my parents for quitting. Like, I also would never quit anything. I think that was the first thing in my entire life that I had quit. And I went back to that version and I just felt like I could remove the judgment of, oh, I'm just such a horrible decision maker. That's what I've told so many people that in my life. Oh, I'm such a bad decision maker. You make the decision. I took that power back and I looked at myself with way more compassion and knew that I could have trusted that initial voice that I heard 6 months prior. I could have trusted that. I didn't. And now it makes sense that, of course, based on my human design, of course, there were fears and doubts and all those things flooded in, but it just makes sense. Knowing my human design authority and journaling through past decisions and current day decisions and kind of thinking ahead and what decisions am I going to have to be making has changed my life. And it feels so freaking good. I just feel so aligned and free and like I'm making quicker decisions and trusting myself. I've never felt that in my life until I felt like I was granted permission by knowing my human design and applying it to my life through journaling. That is the gift that I want to give to you on Monday, May 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope that you can tune in. We are going to be going over what human design is and the different parts of it and the different ways that I journaled through it. And I'll share with you how you can find out what your human design is so that you can get started too. You can register at the link below, and it will be hosted inside my Kajabi community. So it'll be super easy. If you just download the Kajabi Communities app, you'll be directed to a link where you can sign in. And if you've never signed in before, you just click Forgot Password and create one, and you'll be good to go. I hope to see your smiling faces there. Here is to quicker decisions, feeling more aligned, and trusting ourselves.